Last time on the Titans of Altera.
It isn't over. You haven't won.
Ronar, let me kill him, please.
Haven't won what?
You think I act alone?
We know you don't act alone. You have Titans.
We took you down, we'll take them down too.
You're already too late.
What do you mean?
He's finally awakened.
What happened?
The four kingdoms have turned against themselves.
Oh, great.
The White Priests have united with the Dwarves, and they've launched a full-scale assault on Alestria. I just got word and knew that you were here with your golem.
Thank you.
We got another one.
Yeah, we have two now.
I don't think...
Good. My gut says you'll need them.
Yep.
All right, let's get our guts north.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Titans of Altera, a 5th edition actual play podcast for gamers of all ages. I'm your host and Dungeon Master Joshua. Going around the table, we have
J to the O to the A and Joe.
Duffin.
Winnie.
Relnor.
All right, so you guys are still, your golems are still fused,
Yeah, that's why we said our names at the same time.
and you're in the sky.
Jalfin.
Or
It's
don't.
Doan.
Hey, that's the school I graduated from. That's great.
Doan University.
Yeah. The sky is full of clouds, and it's kind of storming as you guys are heading north.
Am I tired yet?
No, I'm going to say we're picking up right where we left off.
Okay.
I have an out-of-game question.
Yes.
Are we going to have to fight lightning and thunder?
Are you going to have to fight it
Yeah.
like a person?
Yeah.
Like take action, take
Yeah.
turns?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
But you may get struck by lightning.
Oh, cool. Great.
Way to put that idea in his head, Kelsey.
It was already there.
It was already there.
That's right. I can dodge anything.
I did some research on like how long it takes for flying things to travel, and holy cow, it's so much faster than on land. So you guys will probably reach. What's the destination?
It's up to Ronar. Captain Ronar.
Yep.
You heading for the Elf Kingdom?
Where's the Crystal City again?
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah,
only other
that's
known
the
Elf
golem.
Kingdom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's...
Okay, it's
'cause
far
they
north.
called... Okay, but they called us back, didn't they?
Yeah, well, kind of.
Gar basically came to tell you guys that the North was under war. That
Under siege.
And
Under
that
siege,
we
yeah.
were being recalled.
well,
Did I get...
No.
No, there were no direct orders.
There were no direct orders.
he just heard it and then knew that you guys were powerful and ran to tell you because he thought that it would be good for.
But we're still kind of on a secret mission to
And
get
I think
that.
his kind of intent was thinking you guys could go help.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But I don't know that he didn't give you express
Okay.
orders.
I don't remember the exact
How
wordings, so...
Do we know who all is marching on Lestrade
What
or Alestria?
what Gar told you guys was that the White Order in Alestria
Yeah.
had made an alliance with the dwarves.
Yeah, that's right.
So
Okay.
the entire dwarven army came south and invaded Alestria.
Right.
So Diadem Reach sent forces, Lestrade sent forces. But
Boo.
here's the deal. Like, information takes a long time to travel.
Right.
In regards to, like, people just moving in. So all the time you guys have been spending down here,
Right.
who knows how long that's been going on before it got to Gar, and then Gar got it to you guys.
Gar's such a sprightly little thing. I'm sure he ran really fast to find us.
He rode a horse.
He probably has a
Oh,
horse.
okay.
Yeah.
But,
Which we established with the flight patterns is really not that fast
yes.
Yes.
At least compared to flight.
compared to flying on a Jalfin.
So, you guys are traveling north, and basically right now, if you're heading just straight north from the World Bridge, you're kind of on a trajectory towards Alestria. The city of Fairhaven, which leads into the Elderwood, and beyond the Elderwood is the
Crystal City.
Crystal City, the Kingdom of the Elves.
Okay.
Basically, that's about twice the distance. So you guys are going to be able to get all the way to the Crystal City by the end of the day, because but Alestria will be kind of almost like a half day point. Like by midday, you'd be generally over Alestria.
We could stop and have a lunch in Lestrade.
Dan's pub.
Yeah.
I love
plate
chicken
of
noodle
soup?
soup in a plate.
Oh, yeah. I just want some soup with some chicken in it. A plate of soup with some chicken in it.
So, everyone roll me a perception check.
Is it based on sight?
They're in the clouds.
Not really.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Okay.
Dang.
I feel like I should get something special for that.
I mean, I'm not giving you anything special.
Yeah, it's not a, there's no critical, like,
Yeah.
on
That's a DM rule.
If you got a critical fail, I wouldn't do anything to you. So, like,
Yeah.
for me, critical stuff is way more integral.
I found a funny,
Like the face.
13.
Okay.
gift I need to show you.
13.
I got 5.
5? Okay.
Well, I get bragging rights.
Okay, so as you guys are flying over the south, you pass over the fields, the plains, and as you're starting to pass over the Forgotten Woods, travel starts to get a little more shaky.
Turbulent.
But, Joan,
That's me.
you're still in your kind of golem state.
Yes.
Your arms and body are all aglow with runes, and your eyes are completely filled with light. Though you're kind of like aware of your surroundings on top of the golem, you can still see through the goat's eyes. And so as you guys are flying over the Forgotten Woods, you see some like shifting movement happening inside the big trees in the center of the Forgotten Woods. That's all.
I relay that to the team.
Do we hear it through the goat's mouth or through her?
Just from her.
I don't see anything. Where?
That doesn't mean that it's not there.
Where?
In the woods.
Like a big thing or
Once
a
you
little
points it out, do I see it?
Yes.
Well, that's weird.
Oh, now do you believe me?
Yeah.
It wasn't so much on sight as just like kind of catching it amidst everything going on.
Is it moving
I feel like
like
that
in the
would be
same
sight.
direction we're moving?
Catching it with your eye.
Perception more than anything.
Yeah, I get advantage on perception rolls that rely on sight.
Oh, then yeah, okay. Roll a second dice.
Well, then.
4.
Worth it.
Say that a little louder for the listeners at home.
For the ladies and
So
gentlemen
we'll
who couldn't
continue
hear,
the same
it
way.
was 4.
4.
Yeah.
So is the movement like in the same direction that we are going?
No, it's just kind of like if you saw a squirrel moving in a bush. You know what I mean?
So
Like,
it's not like
it's
a
like
lot of
shifting
motion.
and shaking. It's
a
not
big
like
squirrel.
Yeah.
It's a lot of motion.
Like a strong wind in a very specific spot. Yeah.
Should we be concerned, Captain?
Winnie peers over the edge and she elbows Bertul and she goes, Should we be worried about that?
Nah, we can fly. I can fly.
I mean, we are flying.
Yeah. We'll just fly over it.
Relnar?
Guys, come on. This is just another wet stone. We don't need to go into this.
A wet stone ended up being important.
Yeah, he found us. This thing will find us if he needs to. Do
Well,
Maybe it's Sparkle.
you want to attack it?
no, I don't want to fight. I want to teach it grammar.
I can poop on it. Can I poop? Hey, Archie.
No.
Okay. That would have been a cool power.
See what I have to work with?
You're not
Who
working
are you
at all. You
talking
haven't
to?
said anything.
The audience.
But you're looking at Josh.
We're trying to fill the silence that you're leaving.
Yes.
I think we should probably keep on going to the Emerald City.
Aye, aye, Captain. Flies ahead.
The Emerald City?
On the Yellow Brick
The
Road.
crystal.
The yellow brick road.
want
The
to
yellow
be
brick road.
Yeah. Yes, the elves there are actually more like Keebler elves. Okay, so you guys keep passing overhead. It doesn't take long before you're actually over the river.
And through the woods.
Dalphin, roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. That is 13.
So you can feel the winds and the storm kind of buffeting you.
Oh,
and-
hold on,
and,
guys.
You're just getting jostled a little bit and having trouble keeping up your speed, so it's slowing you down.
Oh, so it's going against us.
If you want, you can either go down to avoid the kind of heavy winds and intensity of the storm, or you can go up to try and get through the clouds.
Guys, I'm going to try and go above the storm.
Okay.
I push my way up.
Okay, so you make your way up. I want you to roll me just one more. Let's see here. Let's do athletics for your golem, just to see.
Strength?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just pushing through the kind of heavy the
Hold on.
headwinds.
Ah!
Can you use a luck point? Because that was 9.
Ah!
Hey, that's much better. That is 21.
Okay.
21.
So
Yay! High
you're
five.
able to just kind of like thrust your wings and get you just through the kind of heaviness of the storm till you just crest through the
Oh, I bet it looks so cool.
the clouds. It looks awesome. I will say the air appears a little thinner, so
Grab a
the rest-
blanket.
it's a good thing that the rest of you guys like aren't physically exerting yourselves because you would just run out of breath really quickly. But
I'm
yeah,
gonna just take a nap right here.
I'm gonna say it's not freezing because I'm not gonna do that to you guys. But
Thank you.
it is cold, but it's not like
Yeah.
bad. So you're able to continue your way north, unaffected by the buffeting winds and the storm, as long as you're overhead. But you have really no view of the ground or anything underneath you at this point.
That's fine.
Delvin, this is awesome!
Right? I love it.
Bertul is like just hanging on to stuff really, really tightly. Like, he's lived underground his entire life, and so he's just like,
When he just keeps going over and patting him on the shoulder,
Uh-huh.
like, isn't this great?
it's fine.
It's slightly terrifying.
If you fall, you won't even feel it. You'll just be dead.
Hopeful. That makes me feel great.
Thank you.
If I don't catch you, I could probably catch you.
I will do my best not to fall.
That'd be good. That'd be good for all of us.
When he goes and sits down next to him.
Okay. Now you guys have some time before you get kind of far enough that you probably want to check to see where you are. But
We don't see any end to the storm.
storm seems pretty long for the
Okay.
most part. So it'll be a little bit of time before you actually are past the storm underneath you. In fact, while you're up there, you're able to see just how massive this storm is.
Is there anything unnatural about it that we can perceive? Can I roll for that?
Yeah, I guess roll a.
In investigation or insight
Arcana?
or nature?
Have you ever studied winds at all, or?
No, but I can fly now.
Yeah. roll.
Fair.
Just roll me a history check to be like if you've
History?
ever seen in your memory if you've seen
Okay.
a storm like this before.
16.
Okay. So, yeah, you don't recall ever seeing a storm this vast and intense.
Yeah.
So it's. I should have studied storms before we did this, but I really didn't. So
That's okay.
I don't have a lot of like actual storm details to bring you guys.
That's okay. You can just
but-
say, like, it doesn't seem normal.
Yeah, it seems unnaturally large.
Yeah.
And it all seems to be part of one thing. Like, it's really just churning and moving together. Yeah.
Can I just talk to Ronar while we're flying?
Absolutely. You guys can talk to each other during this time that you're traveling.
Captain, this
Yep.
storm doesn't seem right. It's too big.
Well, there's not a whole lot we can do about that right now.
I know. Just something to keep in mind.
Yeah, it's good to pay attention to that.
And
I
Relnor,
put my wing up to my head and then we start to fall. Like, whoa, sorry.
Relnor, you know that like being in a ship in this kind of weather and
Yep.
that kind of storm that's underneath you guys would be insanely dangerous. So
Yeah.
Nigh perilous.
yeah.
Yep.
So you maybe understand that this is just a really intense storm. You maybe have seen intense storms similar to this, but maybe not as focused or as vast. Also, storms can typically be pretty quick. Like they come and they go. It's like
They move.
super.
They don't linger.
Yeah. So this is kind of, as you guys are flying, you're just noticing it's really like it's just kind of sticking.
It's just churning.
Yeah,
It's not like
yeah,
going
yeah,
anywhere.
yeah.
Interesting.
But at the same time, you guys haven't been here for more than just several hours, so there's no real way for you to know like if it just showed up or how long it will be after you kind of pass. So
How long have we been flying?
probably 3-4 hours at this point.
Okay, I'm not that hungry yet.
Is there any conversations you guys want to have while you're kind of in this calm flying moment?
I'm just enjoying it. I love it.
Winnie always wants to talk about something, doesn't she? Every time you're like, who wants to do something? I'm like, me!
How are you doing with Penny's absence?
Winnie's been a lot quieter this trip than she usually is.
Okay.
Despite the like enjoying the going up and yelling at Dolphin and being excited about the bird. She kind of just chills by Bertual and She showed him Walter a couple times, but she hasn't talked his ear off like we thought she would. And she kind of wanders back and forth between Joan and Bertul. So while she's over by Joan, she's going to say, "Hey, Joan.
Hey, Winnie.
How's it hanging?" Literally and figuratively.
Being up here isn't my favorite thing in the world, but at least I'm in a trance, kind of.
At least it's not raining.
At least it's not raining.
So, are you able to talk to Artemis? Like, really easily?
No, I've never had the connection with him like you have with Penny.
Yeah. Well, I just wondered, like, the next time you talk to him, would you ask him if he knows Penny, or, like, if he can tell where she might be?
Did she leave?
Yeah. So, remember how I jumped up on Orung's cannon?
Yeah, it was
thing?
pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Except maybe it was not a good idea. I don't know.
so?
Okay, so, and she kind of tells what happens. She's like, but not in the usual Winnie way. She's like, I saw these
more
crazy
somber.
dark eyes, and I felt like I was losing control. And then Penny showed up wrapped in light and like did a punch motion, and she says, but by the time I got back on the ground, I like couldn't tell where she was anymore.
Interesting.
So I think I lost her. I hope she's just lost. I mean, I hope I'll find her again. I don't know what I would do if I didn't find her again.
I bet we'll find her. We're good at finding things.
I just wondered if Artemis had like a homing beacon. He could just keep his eyes out.
Yeah,
His little doty eyes out.
I can try. You can also talk to Dalphin and see if Archimedes.
Huh?
Oh, hey Dalphin.
What's up, Winnie?
Could you ask
Archimedes.
Archimedes? Archie. Archimedes.
He loves that nickname.
Archimedes. Could you ask Archimedes to watch out for any yellow small girls with horns?
You talking about Penny?
Yeah.
He doesn't know who Penny is.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah. He says he didn't know who Penny was. He knew Artemis. Didn't know Penny.
Really?
Yeah. He called her Guinevere? What'd you call her?
Guinevere?
What'd you call her?
Yeah, Guinevere.
Yeah. Oh,
that was
wow,
the
I
name
remember
he
that.
used, Yeah.
Ooh, good
That's a
job.
cool name, but it's not as cool as Penny.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't mean that he doesn't know Penny. Didn't you come up with Penny's name?
Oh, that's
Yeah, I
right. You
did.
named Penny. So she might be Guinevere. Why had that never occurred to me?
Here comes Joan, bring in the logic.
Wow.
I'm role playing Ricky.
I am come too.
Me too. I'm also role
I'm
playing.
too. I planned that. That was funny. Just wanted to tee one up for Joan.
I love this.
Oh,
Anyway.
no, my mind's kind of blown. I kind of lost where I was.
Right is left, up is down.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, we just start
The bird
plummeting.
starts to crash.
Yeah.
Okay, well, like,
let me ask him real quick.
yeah.
Hey, Archie,
Delphin.
what if Penny is Guinevere, but she
Yeah.
forgot who she was?
Ooh.
Apparently, her bond person did not remember anything. Kind of like spirit amnesia.
So you're saying that Guinevere chose Winnie?
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know that it is Guinevere. I'm just saying Penny isn't actually Penny. She just named her Penny.
Well, the only two left are Guinevere and Boss.
Yeah, Penny didn't sound like a borscht.
Boss.
Borscht.
Dalphin, did you just say borscht?
Yeah, borscht.
That's like a soup or something.
I don't know. Borscht.
Winnie can only hear one end of this
How do you
conversation.
spell that?
right?
Borscht.
Wait, can I hear Dalphin talk
Borscht.
to Archie?
You can have him talk. You can't hear Archie.
Yeah, but can I hear, like, when
Yes.
Dalphin talks to Archie, is it out loud?
It doesn't have to be, but it can be.
I'm
Dalphin, is
talking
it
out
out
loud.
I would
loud?
assume because it's Delphin.
Yeah, I'm talking out loud. Yeah.
Dalphin, will you ask him how to spell borscht?
I mean, I talk out loud to Penny, so.
It's B-O-I-S.
B-O-R-S.
Boris?
Borscht.
Boris.
Borscht.
Sorry.
It's Boris.
Bears.
Moving on.
Aye. They were the other two companions.
Were there any others that may have been not like part of the four?
I think Artemis had several others planned to be part of the project. But
Could be one of them, maybe?
possibly.
Do you know where the others are like located land-wise?
No. We
Bummer.
kept it secret from one another.
What did he say? Did he say yes or no?
No, he doesn't know. Okay, that's cool. Hey, but can you communicate or see them?
I can talk to Artemis
Because you're fused.
because he's here.
How's he doing, by the way? He seemed kind of... It sounded like he was broken.
He's broken.
Bummer. Can you fix him?
No, it's far beyond my ability to do.
What do you say?
Can't fix him.
But it seems like the core of what his programming was meant to do is still intact.
Yeah, it sounded like he still had a purpose and remembered.
Boy. In fact, he was a leader.
Oh, Joan, he was the leader.
Sounds pretty cool if you ask me.
So, he can't talk to him unless they're fused, and I don't think he can see him, so I don't know how much help he'll be. But I guess if you sense anything, Archie,
I mean,
if you see anything weird, just give me a heads up.
will do.
Thanks, man.
Thanks for trying, Archie. I appreciate it.
He's so welcome.
He doesn't respond.
Is he crying?
Huh? No, but you can tell he's like a little choked up. He hides his emotions really well.
Oh.
Under his big nose.
He has a big nose?
Big nose.
Oh, that's fine. Gnomes don't have big noses, usually. Do they have big noses?
Some do.
Yeah.
Fudge.
At least a lot of the art they do. And a lot of the
To chop that out.
classic fantasy art.
Your brother BrinkleBit actually has a big nose.
Brinklebit?
Yeah,
That's my sister.
Oh. It's a very feminine name.
Yeah.
My apologies.
Well, there's a
Brinklebit, Honeycut.
Honeycut, Brinklebit, Barracut,
Ginger
Nunavut,
Snap.
Geneset, Linivrit.
Ooh, Geneset.
I'll have to look them up and rattle them
Sorry.
all off at some point.
All right.
You're gonna cut that, right?
Nope.
Dang it.
So, yeah.
Where
so-
I don't remember my siblings' names.
I think that's okay. You
You've
have
been
a
away
lot
for a
of
long
siblings.
time. You've been through war.
Aaron doesn't remember them.
Yeah. Winnie always remembers.
So yeah, you guys are traveling, having these conversations. After a while, you're kind of past the heaviest parts of the storm. So it started the clouds underneath are starting to look less churning, and
Do I have any kind of like gauge as to where we might be land wise?
I'm gonna say not really, just because you don't have a lot of experience
Can I
flying.
roll for it?
Yes, I guess.
How high of a difficulty check is that?
Perception, but not sight. It's
Okay.
like more just like general sense of
Yeah.
distance.
10.
10. Okay.
+2.
So, I mean, you feel like you guys have traveled really far. You think maybe like Alestria's gotta be like either right underneath you or right in front of you.
Hey, Captain. We gotta be close to Alestria. Do you want me to take a peek, see? It might be a little wet.
Do you think it's safe to move through the storm?
All right.
What do I think?
It's lessened up. Like it's not
Lessened
as
up?
heavy. Yeah.
Okay.
Clouds aren't as dark. You're not seeing like electricity.
And with all my
crackling through
seafaring storm knowledge,
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. It looks just like it's raining.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, let's go down and take.
All right, put on your ponchos. We're taking a dive.
What's a poncho?
It's like a big blanket for your face.
Oh,
For rain.
a face blanket.
Okay, so you guys make your way down through the clouds. It's a little bumpy. Roll me one Constitution saving throw,
You got it.
and just hope you don't get a critical.
Just
fail.
Alphin or all of us?
Just Delph.
Okay.
19.
Woo!
Okay.
Yeah, buddy.
What's my
Is
constitution?
that really close to a 1?
No.
Yes, it is actually.
Oh,
Oh, no, wait. +7. So 26.
Okay,
Wow.
You're great. You're able to, even just after that short amount of time that you were getting used to flying, you've kind of gotten a good feel
Yeah, I'm a great flyer.
for the clouds and the wind and the
He can fly.
what do they call it when you're in a plane? They call it
Turbulence.
Turbulence.
That's the word I kept reaching for. in my brain.
Turbulence.
So yeah, so you're good at dealing with the turbulence. So you come down through the clouds, adjust your wings properly for the different winds that are
I
coming.
use my tail feathers.
Oh yeah, tail feathers. I forgot about those. So then you get down and you guys are able to see kind of a large span of tons of fields.
Are there any identifiers to give us like a idea, like kind of a way of knowing where we are?
Well, would any of you have had experience in Alestria or traveling to any of the other cities?
I only traveled to Lestrade, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
So have any of you been to
Relnor?
Fairhaven or
Have you
to...
Do any of those
Alestria.
cities have libraries?
Sure, yeah.
Then yes.
I would imagine as part of your training, you'd probably have to study abroad, right?
And Joan, you'd probably have a familiarity with just general maps and stuff.
That's
Yeah, I'm
true. You
so
probably have
smart.
the
Alestria.
geology
I'm
And
super smart.
geography.
You would have some familiarity with maps, Relnorn, when it comes to navigation. But that
Probably more like the coastline.
I don't know that it would be so much like inland.
But I
Yeah.
bet you have a great, strong internal compass.
And you may have been to
Moral and otherwise.
Alestria, but I would strongly doubt that you'd ever gone further than Alestria.
Yeah,
You'd probably had never been to Fairhaven or Dighton Reach.
probably because I don't know what those are.
So,
It's a cool name, Diamond.
Joan, you know kind of what you're
Josh.
looking at. You're in kind of a hilly terrain. It's like fields with a lot of little bluffs and hills and little lakes there, a little lake here, and
Are there
there's
any buffaloes?
you just are flying over a rather large lake, like bigger than a lot of the rest.
Okay.
And it's getting fed into from a stream that's heading east. I'm
Okay.
sorry, a stream that's heading west.
Okay.
You would know this to be the Lake of the Gale.
Ooh,
And
I like that.
it's fed into by the River Gale, and that river actually comes directly from Fairhaven.
It also seems to be fed into by the storm, which makes it a fitting name.
But it's not being fed into by the storm.
it's
I
not.
mean, rain's feeding into
Yeah,
it,
that's what
but
I
like,
mean.
yeah, but it's not. But like directly, there's a river that feeds into
cool.
it, and so you would know that you guys are well past Alestria. Fairhaven, as well as the Crystal Kingdom, is west.
According to my calculations, we should be above the Lake of the Gale right now, and that means that the Crystal City and the Elf Kingdom are to our west,
All right.
Which is left.
Yeah, I know.
which
what
is
west
the
is.
west.
Okay.
'Cause we're
Our
north.
west
Yeah,
is the west.
Oh.
I will list left.
Words are going very well tonight.
So you list
Blah, blah,
to the
blah,
left, which is west.
I don't want to be too jerky. I don't want to fall off. I'm going to make a smooth ride.
Thank
No, that's
you.
fine. Yeah, you pretty much can follow the river all the way through the Elderwood, like
cool.
to the Elderwood, and then probably straight towards the.
Cool.
Then that's
the
what I'll
Crystal
do.
City. So after like a couple hours, you guys are actually able to see Fairhaven. It's also called the Kingdom of Lights,
Ooh.
and so
Pretty.
at this point, it is now getting kind of like just on the edge of evening. Because of how high you guys are up, you still have plenty of sunlight, but you can see kind of down. This is like the point in time, like you know, like on the streets when the street lights come on before they're actually needed.
Yeah, twilight,
Yeah.
dusk.
So there's still plenty of light, but there's enough dimness that lights
And
are noticeable.
Captain, I don't think I'm getting super tired, but I'm hungry. I haven't eaten since we took off.
Do you have any rations left?
Yeah, in my backpack. But I'm floating. I'm a floating vegetable in here.
Well,
Oh, that's nutritious.
I can't eat meat, especially when I'm not me.
So yeah, so you guys are kind of just flying over Fairhaven, and like I said earlier, it's also called the Kingdom of Lights, and you can see there are these just blue, kind of white, glowing orbs that kind of float over the city itself,
Over the city?
and
That might be
and
some
kind
form
of
of defense.
and kind of amidst it, like within it. It looks like you guys wouldn't know this, but for everyone listening, like when you're over like a world map and you see like a city lit up, it's kind of like that. Like
I
there's-
forget, did Gar say where this city was kind of, like, didn't he tell us, like, certain cities are, like, attacking Lestrade or whatever? Or?
Yeah, Fairhaven was silent. He said.
Okay, that's right, that's
so
right.
they're not engaged in the war right
Maybe
now.
we could do some investigating and grab some food.
do you need a break?
I mean, I can fly, but I'm hungry. I can go, but I'm hungry.
The distance between Fairhaven and granted, you probably don't know exactly where the Crystal Kingdom is, but you know that like you'd be hitting the ocean, like you'll have crossed any
Yeah.
chance of seeing it will happen within the next like 4 or 5 hours.
When it's dark.
Yeah.
And maybe we want to arrive in the daytime. That might seem less threatening.
Well, we have options then. Do we want to camp somewhere outside the city, or do we want to try to...
I kind of want to know what's going on. Gar said the city was silent. And I'd be lying if I said I wasn't curious. I don't want it to obstruct our mission. It's up to you.
Well, let's land a little ways away from the city and walk in.
I do as such.
Okay.
I land outside of the glowing orbs. I don't want to get into the glowing orbs.
What's the music for?
Because we're walking into the city.
Well, we're
It's our city walking music.
there's city.
So where are you guys landing?
I'm landing outside the orbs.
Outside the city.
How
Outside
far
the city.
outside the city?
What do you think?
Like, do you want people in the city to notice you, or do you want to try and stay hidden?
I don't mind being noticed. It's pretty dark. It's not like we have lights on us.
Yeah, I think
Glowing
yeah.
blue.
You guys are both glowing.
Yeah. You're glowing green.
I forgot about the plasma wings.
Is it trees around the
You have
city?
so much light coming off you.
Is it trees around the city, or
It's
forgot
hilly.
that was a
It's
thing.
kind of hillock around the city.
Hillock.
Yeah. I don't know.
I like it. No, I like
No,
hillock.
a hillock is a noun.
Yeah.
Like a
Dolphin,
hill or
what
a
I want
hillock.
you to do
Yeah,
is
there
like it.
are
It's
hillocks.
cool, yeah.
but
Yeah, it is not an adjective, but I like it.
Dolphin, what I'd like you to do is go ways away from the city and take us down low, and then try to fly through the hills and get closer to the city without being seen.
You got it.
Stealth dolphin.
I do as such.
Okay.
Stealthin'.
Oh, I love it.
So you kind of go a little further north, kind of past the city, and you can see that there are the river Gale actually splits in two directions.
Did we notice any kind of like sign of a struggle from?
You haven't seen actually like lots of people hardly at all on the road, or
But no destruction.
I mean
That was noticeable.
not in the plains that you're kind of exploring.
Okay.
There are some little like towns and farms and things, but you haven't seen any kind of like major.
Okay.
I just want to rest and eat.
I want to find a pub, eat some food, maybe take a nap.
I don't think they have pubs here. I think they only have bistros.
I'll eat
I
I'll
haven't
eat a
slept
bistro.
in a real bed for
You
so
don't
long.
eat a bistro
Well, then why would we go there?
because you eat at a bistro.
Well, I'm hungry. Let's go eat a bistro.
So yeah, you guys find a place a little north.
What, a bistro sandwich.
The goat lands, and then the hawk can kind of hop off of the golem or the goat. and-
Unfused? I thought we were fused. Was I just
No,
carrying
it was
it?
more
Oh.
like locked.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
You didn't become one thing. You still stayed fully the two golems.
okay.
But it's more like you magically kind of like
I did that thing where like
Suction
I
cupped.
project in my brain what I think happened and
Yep.
it didn't happen.
Same.
Well, it's funny because you asked me those questions last episode.
I?
And
I told you to remember.
I was really clear, but yeah, I get it. You have headcanon. I do that all the
been
time.
2 or 3 weeks now.
I have a head cannon.
Yeah,
That's cool.
A lot of people do.
I do.
There's nothing wrong with that. So,
Yeah,
all right,
never mind.
you guys are fully parked.
Woo!
You're double parked.
Time to
because you
back
got
up.
Two golems.
Awesome. Would you put on the alarm? Lock the doors?
Winnie can do the alarm.
I have an alarm.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You want to put that around the golems?
Yeah, I'll cast alarm. Wait, how? Yeah, okay. If you stay stacked, I can cast alarm around you. You're too big for
Just
me.
cast alarm on one. Mine's fine.
Okay.
How big is alarm?
Or you can cast alarm on mine.
It's
Leave the
only
goat
like
out.
20 by 20, isn't it? Let me check.
I'm curious like what could happen to these golems. while
I
you guys are
know.
That's
gone.
just it. Like that's why I'm like I don't care.
Mostly, I want to know if people are interested in them or not.
You said cast it
Mostly
on mine,
I don't
but you
trust
said
my
you don't
DM.
care.
No, I said cast it on the goat. And
Yeah,
then you
it's
looked at me
20
weird.
20
and I was
foot
like, okay,
cube.
cast it
How
on
big
mine
are
if
they
you don't want
go?
it on yours.
How big are they
How,
go?
how big would the golems be if you like
Who are you? Where are
in
you here?
D&D
down.
5 by 5?
I'm here because
Squares.
asked me to
They
be on this
are
team.
huge
I'm an
creatures.
integral part.
So
That's
3 by
something
3. Probably.
So 15. Yeah, so 15 feet.
3
and
squares
15
by-
feet.
So you could also put it just around one of the
I mean, technically, I
ankles.
think they're a little bigger than that, but in D&D, that's what a huge creature takes up.
Okay, that's fine.
That's the
I cast alarm because it makes me feel useful. I put it around the goat.
All right. Then you guys make your way toward the city. You follow the river from where you guys parked to basically a bridge that kind of goes over the river and leads you right into kind of a small kind of outer city. Like it's got its own walls and buildings, But this is kind of a like screening area, basically,
An
where
outpost?
yeah, but it's not like super far away from the city. It's pretty much right outside the city. But anyone who enters Fairhaven has to come through here first.
Okay,
Okay.
checkpoint. Yeah.
Yep. At the front, there are 2 elven guards that are wearing kind of elven armor. It's very elegant and sleek. They're basically just standing there at attention with their long glaives.
Glaive.
I like glaives.
But,
What are glaives?
It's like a sword on a stick.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
The rest of the guards that you see within this little area are all human. You maybe see like a half elf here or there, but a lot of it is manned by humans. And then aside from the couple elven guards that show up,
Do they treat us weird because of Ronor's uniform, or is he in like incognito?
no one. Are you wearing uniform?
Actually, I forgot I was going to say that. I'm going to take off my jacket and leave that there, and I'm going to put on just a brown cloak.
Okay.
Like your common clothes
Word.
cloak.
Okay. And Joan, are you still wearing the garb of your
Of the great
order?
god.
Of the Great God? Yes.
Okay. So yeah, you guys travel in.
Do they give us any grief?
No, but you do eventually have to talk to a kind of magistrate type person who just sees the 4 of you walking in. You're not coming in with a lot of other people. There aren't a lot of traffic going on, so
Not a big influx.
he's kind of just sitting behind this desk. Looks kind of bored. Thin, clean-shaven, older gentleman, full elf. You walk up and he's not even really looking. He just goes, "What brings you to the City of Light?"
Food, please.
Yes, food.
We're looking for somewhere to stop for the night and rest.
Looking for some nourishment?
He looks up, sees you guys. He sees the cleric more than anything, being kind of like well-robed. And he kind of comes up to attention and is like, of course. There are more than enough accommodations for any of your party here. You'll find in the city that we have wonderful shops and goods and services that could be to your liking.
I would like to try one of your bistros that Joan keeps talking about.
They're quite nice.
There is a wonderful bistro. Edward's Bistro is just in the city. You travel.
Name it? Do you name it before you kill it?
He thinks bistro is a food.
Oh yes. Aren't you clever, little one? Ha ha ha. He kind of claps his hands a little bit.
I don't understand why he's clapping.
He thinks you're funny.
I am quite funny.
You'll have to go past our shopping district at the front of the gates, but once you travel in straight ahead, you'll simply take a slight right, and there will be a food center where hopefully there are some wonderful dining areas for the evening.
Food center. Does Lestrade have a food center?
I mean, it has like food districts.
Cool. All right, let's go.
Kind of like
like
when
a
he's
food
got
court.
when his family's got a candy shop. There are other
All right.
places with food. Can I just have a name for our records here? Re?
Yep.
Is that with a
R-E?
H. R-E-H.
It's like Madonna? Is there more than one name or?
Yes.
Whipplebottom.
Whipplebottom?
Whipplebottom.
Very well.
From the famous Whipplebottoms.
The famous Whipplebottoms.
No, the famous Whipplebottoms.
Oh,
Oh,
I thought what was the middle name? Was it hyphenated?
and
Where they come from, it's hyphenated.
where is it you're coming from?
Ronor?
He has a head cannon.
That was a genuine.
You can't write that kind of stuff. Oh my god.
All of that effort for naught. Oh gosh. Dolphin just goes up.
You're too deep, Ricky.
Oh,
You're too deep.
well,
You're too deep. The dolphin.
Well,
Yes, I am Rare.
You see him just jot down another name underneath.
Where is it you said you hail from?
My tummy hurts. My cheeks hurt.
I can't even think of.
We hail from just a small town outside of Riverwatch.
Oh, well, quite a trip you've taken.
Quite.
We've heard that there has been some issues happening in the south.
That is partly.
That's why we've been
reason
traveling.
for our journey. We are not refugees, but refugees of sorts.
Oh,
We're refuging, but we're not refugees.
refugees. Well, then perhaps you'd want to head left once you're further in. You might find some food that's kind of more to your liking.
We like food.
Okay.
I think he's racist.
Or classist.
Oh, yeah. He's ist.
In anyhow, Wimbledon and
Wimplebottom.
Whipplebottom, of course. I legit forgot.
Look, we fed him like 5 names. He's supposedly writing it down, but he's just miming that he's writing it down.
Yeah, I am. Welcome to the Kingdom of Lights.
Thank you. And what's your name, sir?
My name is...
Thurza.
Thursday.
Thursum. Very nice
Not
to
so
meet
easy,
you.
is it?
My name is Thursum Rupert the Fourth. Excuse me.
So nice to meet you, Thursum Rupert the Fourth. Thank you so much for your guidance.
Indeed.
I bet the first 3 were just as nice.
Well, my father wasn't, but my grandfather was.
So are you the 4th Thursum Rupert?
I am.
Interesting. Is that all one word?
When he pats Joan on the leg and she goes, Joan, I'm hungry.
I'm walking right.
This is kind of what I was worried was going to happen, to be completely honest.
And it was wonderful.
So,
You gotta tell me the way I move.
So we will go. So we'll go into the city.
Turn left or right?
yeah,
Let's go
as
right.
you guys enter the city, the walls of the kind of front outer gates are incredibly well crafted. They seem just ornate and beautiful. A lot of what you guys have dealt with so far in Lestrade and all that is very function oriented.
Mm-hmm.
This is like extravagant. There's carvings on the outer walls, like imagery, and it's very beautiful.
Swanky.
As you
people are
enter, you
bougie.
see like that. This road kind of leads you into almost like a big market district where there are all these little shops and stores all along the right and the left, and right on your very left as you walk in, there's almost a little square with that kind of leads further to the left that has tons of different types of merchants and
Foods?
and not foods, but clothes and items and things. And
Eat clothes and items.
so the food is going to be much further down, and there are some people out shopping and stuff. There's some hustle and bustle happening in the city right now, just as it's kind of evening time. And there's some music playing and all that stuff. It's
Nice.
just very lively city, and there are little balls of light that kind of act almost like street lamps that kind of illuminate the road.
Are they stationary or do they move?
They kind of just float in the air a little bit, like they
That's
move
cool.
just kind of slightly.
That's
And occasionally you may see something like bump one and just kind of like jostles
so they're
a little
kind of
bit.
random.
Yeah.
I thought they may be a type of surveillance at first.
No, and you'll see
still
that
could
they
be.
kind of like, even if one gets bumped, it eventually slowly moves back to where it was.
That's
but
cool.
very
It
just
doesn't merge into one bigger light.
no.
Okay,
no.
cool.
like a rat king.
Or like a bubble.
Yeah. So so as you guys kind of make your way in, there are shop owners at each of these different little places shouting out like
Mostly human or mostly elf?
mostly elf.
Okay.
Some half elf. Kind of going like, would you like to buy this? Have 2 for what price of 1? You know, just
Like
kind
a
of
bazaar.
yeah, a little bit. Just as you're walking through the city, occasionally it's not as thick the further you go in, but right in that kind of first entrance, it's pretty intense.
We walk to the food.
So yeah, so you guys get in your way, and eventually the road kind of splits left and right, and at the center is a big building that says Fairhaven Central. Do you guys go left or right?
I want to go right to the fancy places.
Was that so? That was the question I was going to ask you. It was just to clarify. Left was the
Where he said the food that
changed
he
his
wanted.
mind after he found out we were
Edward's
refugees.
Bistro.
Left was the
Where
refugee
food
place.
that would be more to your liking would be to the left. is what they say.
Right was Edward's Bistro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to go.
Can I after the
I wanna
fact
eat a bistro.
do a perception check on what he meant by
Sure.
more to your liking?
Yeah. I think it would be more of an insight.
Insight? Yeah, I can roll with that. No pun.
But
7.
You think he was just being a real honest, nice guy. You thought he really liked you.
To the right.
That is the face of regret right there.
Dolphin's already walking to the
I'm
right.
I'm hungry.
We'll go to the right then.
He wants to try bistro.
I want to try a bistro.
So it takes you a little bit, but eventually you get to an area where it seems like there are kind of some nice buildings and structures with actual like ginormous glass panes you can see inside, and there are tables set with people eating at them and all this stuff. So
My mouth is watering.
and you get eventually to this little cul-de-sac, and right at the back, kind of against the northern walls of this city, is a single structure that's lit up with orange light and a sign at the top that says Edward's Bistro.
Ooh.
Wow.
Established some date. I haven't done the dates, but it was established a long time ago.
Ooh, that's really
Perfect.
a long time ago.
We'll go in. Is there a host or hostess waiting to...
Yes.
Perfect. Party of 4?
Party of 4, and he kind of looks at the
There's-
4 of you.
We would like to
There's
try
5
your...
of us.
Did we leave
Bertul's here.
Bertul behind?
Party of 5.
Oh, yeah, having an orc room, they might look at us a little weird.
Oh, too big.
No,
I forgot.
I'm
I
fine with it.
completely forgot about Bertul. He's been so quiet.
Whoa,
He
when
hasn't
he's
said
offended.
a thing.
That's why I forget about you sometimes.
He looks at you guys as just the different varying members in your group, especially the fact there are no elves with you. He kind of goes, "Are you certain you're in the right place?
Yes.
Yes, we want to
Yes.
try your finest bistro, please.
Thursum sent us.
You know that single meal here can cost nearly 50 gold coins.
Relnor, I have no money. I forgot.
Per person?
He said a single
a
meal.
single meal. And you can just kind of see he's got like a grimace on his
You
face.
kind of
like,
a little look of disgust.
yeah.
What do you even serve?
Bistro.
What's bistro?
I imagine like a cow.
Oh, is it a good cow?
We serve the finest cuisine in all of Altera.
But what is it?
here.
Oh, Relnor, do you have the money?
I was told to expect...
Did we get a reward from the Urden for winning the war?
I was told to expect good service here, being that we are emissaries from Sri Lanka.
That's not even a place.
So this is what it's like to be Josh and try to figure out a name. Just
I
winged that,
have
and I was
not
like,
heard of this Sri Lanka before.
Hey, if we got gold, he'll feed us. Do we got gold? We don't need lies, we need gold.
I have candy.
not that much.
How much gold do you have?
Not that much.
Bertul?
What?
Do you have gold?
No.
Winnie,
Joan?
Winnie
I
throws.
don't have that much money.
Winnie?
I have candy.
Do you have gold?
Nope.
To the refugee food it is.
He's just about
Yeah,
face.
yeah.
Yep.
You see this guy just like, oh.
Winnie turns around and yells, "Enjoy your bistro!"
I'll find my own bistro. Kill it, cook it, try it.
So you guys make your way back south down the streets toward the other food district on the other side of the city.
To our liking.
Yes, and as you start to make your way down there, you actually notice that once you kind of get past the place that you originally were, now you're going down the city.
The slums.
The light, the orbs that kind of light up the streets and stuff start to become less and less, and eventually you see a single large kind of building. It's got a sign on it that just says Inn and Tavern. No names,
Perfect.
no symbols or anything.
Perfect.
Do they have beds?
And food.
It's in, so I would assume.
So yeah,
We'll
it's got
go
some.
in.
There are some lights from the inside that are kind of glowing out the windows.
Sure.
And,
Yeah, we'll go in.
okay, so you guys go in, and this actually probably maybe feels somewhat familiar when it comes to the type of establishment that you frequented in Lestrade.
Sure.
Feels like Dan's.
Yeah, Dan's. Yeah, similar to Dan's.
Ooh, do they have soup on a plate?
With chicken in it.
It's got
Got some chicken in it.
there are some whole families sitting down at some tables. A couple just look like workers that are sitting down. There are actually a couple humans who are somewhat armored with swords that are sitting at other tables. So it's a fairly full, bustling place. And a lady kind of walks by real quick carrying a tray, and she goes, "Just seat yourself," and just kind of moves past.
We do that.
So you guys find a kind of booth?
Yeah.
Well,
Yep.
a booth for 5.
And a high chair for me.
Okay.
Does Bertul fit at the booth?
He pulls up a chair to the end. I will say he's caused quite a few heads to turn.
Yeah, I expected so.
So
I'm just trying to play it cool.
yeah, I think most people are hoping or assuming that he's a half orc.
The
He's really big for a half orc.
The woman that told us to seat ourselves, does it appear that she's the what's
waitress? Stewardess? Bartender?
Innkeeper.
innkeeper? Thank you. No, she's kind of
She was
one,
just
one of
help.
several
Servers.
individuals that are serving. Yeah, moving around.
Do I see the innkeeper anywhere?
There's a barkeeper at the kind of front, big portly man with a beard.
Perfect. Then the food's good.
So he's kind of helping pour drinks and talking to folk up there. But yeah,
Okay.
eventually a server will kind of come over to you.
What's your special tonight?
Tonight, let's see here. We got some chicken and some fish.
Got any mutton?
What's mutton?
Lamb?
Oh, no.
Okay.
Do you have any vegetarian options?
We have potatoes.
She loves to eat vegetarians.
Potatoes. John's not sold on the potatoes.
I'll take
and
meat.
fish. Aren't you pescatarian?
I am pescatarian, but I just don't always know with fish. What kind of fish is it?
Trout.
Good answer. Good answer.
That is a fish.
Good job, Josh.
Show me trout.
Common fish, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also one that is
I
edible.
was gonna
There
help
should
you
be
if
a
you
fish called common fish.
if you
so-
struggled at all. I was gonna say trout.
Yeah.
Goldfish.
Bite size.
So he
I
takes
order
your.
meat and
I'm gonna say right now, he just
beer.
takes your orders, whatever they are.
Perfect. Great.
It'll be
meat.
it'll be 2 gold coin for each meal,
Reno, you got this?
Sure.
Thank you.
I'll pay for everybody.
and that'll include a drink.
And a bed?
No. So
hang on.
We can sleep out by the
2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
Good math, Eric.
O'Toole.
so
I remembered him.
That's why it's 10.
yeah,
And not
Five. Josh.
times 2.
Josh doesn't get to eat. He's the
I'm
DM.
not-
That's
I'm
right,
not
he's got. He doesn't need food.
paying for the DM.
Okay, so you guys eat your meal.
You have any beds available?
You
Any
ask
rooms
this
for
the
the night?
server.
Yes. Or who can we talk to about that?
He can take care of you.
Perfect.
So yeah, he basically says it'll be 5 for 1 room with 1 bed, 10 for a room with 2 beds.
I just
We'll
on the floor.
take a room.
Yeah.
And then you 3 men can take a room.
O'Toole, you're with us.
Yeah, we'll take 2 rooms.
He
Two
nods his head.
rooms. Two rooms.
2 rooms.
All right, so you guys get your 2 rooms,
It's a real bed.
and for the first time in a long time, yeah, you guys are.
Joan, did you pay for your room?
Yep.
It is nice.
Winnie walks up to the bed and kind of fluffs a little bit and then lays down and is immediately.
I move her over to her side.
Thank you.
So yeah, the 2 you guys in your room. Bertul sets some of his stuff down in the room, like his bag or whatever. But then he takes his sword and goes and sits outside of the girl's room's door, and just that's where he's gonna stay.
O'Toole, don't be a creep.
Says, "This is my duty."
All right, well, duty somewhere else. People walk there.
He doesn't know how to respond.
Nobody does.
So
Well, I think we'll all go to sleep.
Yeah, take a nap.
okay.
And then we'll go to Crystal City in the morning.
naps?
Yeah, naps.
All right. I didn't realize till now that you guys have done very few things for money this whole.
I have none. I lost my money betting on Relnor.
Right.
Oh man.
So so you guys had your first really good night's sleep in a long time, and then in the morning you can hear a lot of hustling and bustling happening out in the streets and movement and all that stuff.
All right, back to the golems.
Okay, so you guys make your way out of the city.
Yep.
As you kind of are leaving this portion of Fairhaven, you can see like a lot of armored men kind of moving towards the eastern edge of the city. And
I'd like to ask one of them, you guys on the march?
Wow, real military of you.
guys walking? I walk too.
I'm walking
Hey,
in.
I'm walking here.
We're going to the Elderwood, like we do every day. Who are you?
Just passing through. We're from the south, so we've never seen this place
He
before.
sees
It's
that-
real interesting.
he sees that you and Joan are human, and sees the other two, and he puts a hand on your shoulder. He says,
Kid, don't stay here. Get out of Fairhaven.
Why?
This isn't a city to live in.
That was kind and ominous.
pats your shoulder,
Wasn't it though?
and continues walking on.
Felt a little racist.
Oh,
I was
maybe.
gonna suggest we come back here
He
when
was
we're
human,
all
by the
done,
way.
but
Yeah.
ooh.
Yeah.
I think we should come back
But he
after we
looked at
solve the whole problem with the golems and the assassins and
Kill
the,
all of the
and
things.
the titans.
Save the
We should come
world.
back here and figure out what's going on.
So,
So yeah, so we'll leave.
all right, so you guys leave, no problems. You're able to get out,
Well, that was a weird place.
and you get back to your golems. They're untouched. Your thing never
I
went
pick
off.
up my bell and my string
Yep.
or whatever.
All right, everyone, hold on. Crystal
Guys-
City bound.
Get back in your get up, and you take off. And you're on your way towards the Crystal City, which we will get to next week. Whew, what a nice pace change! Like it was a very like
Everybody's like,
Nothing happened.
Well, no, like this is what we used to do.
yeah, it's true.
You know, like
Leaving on a dolphin.
probably tomorrow.
so. Thank you everyone so much for
about
listening.
a half an hour for the 4 or 5 of us.
And
Just rolls off
If-
the tongue.
if you're enjoying this episode,
Why? Why are you enjoying this episode?
Wimble.
Whipple bottom.
And realm.
I don't know. There was the 5 minutes where we just laughed. This is nothing
If
but
you weren't
laughter.
sure if we had scripts or not, we do not.
Yeah. So if you're enjoying this episode, please give us a 5-star review and let us know what you're enjoying about the podcast. We'd love to hear from you. You can also help us out by becoming a patron at patreon.com/TheTitanPod. There are tons of rewards that you can get behind the scenes stuff.
We are about as broke as our party.
We actually have like I was looking at it. We have like over 60 audio rewards available
It's pretty cool.
between like the
The autopsy, the post show, and the recording. And the actual
just-
show.
Yeah, so
I
there's
want those audio awards.
tons of
That's
stuff.
a lot of quality content.
Yes, there's some fun stuff
Koalas?
that you can get access to. But one of the things that you'll have access to is a post show, which we're going to record right after we're done with this episode. So, anyway, you can also find us on social media at the Titan Pod on Facebook and Twitter. So, with all that said, I'm your host and Dungeon Master Joshua. Going around the table, we have
Joe, Delvin.
Winnie.
Real Nor.
Thanks, everybody.